Students, we are now in part 6 video. Now in part 6 video, we are going to see the next exercise which is 5.4. Before going to this exercise 5.4, let us recall what are the things we have learned in part 5 video. What are the concepts we have learned? We have learned continuous and discontinuous functions. Based on that, we have solved the problem also. Do you feel that exercise is easy? Yes. If you get thorough in this concept means you will feel easy only. Now, before going to exercise 5.4, we have to know some definition and formula. Why means in that exercise 5.4, fully we will learn about only this formula. So, to know this formula, we have to know some definition. First, we will see the definition. Okay, the definition is the derivative definition we are going to see. Derivative is a measure of the rate of change of the function y equal to f of x with respect to the variable x. See, in this definition what they are saying, rate of change. Rate of change means what? In physics we have learned rate of change of velocity, like that we have learned, isn't it? So rate of change means what? It will change in time as well as it will change in distance. That is the rate of change. See, now I have drawn one curve, isn't it? In that curve, I have taken the x point and a point. Okay, and small increment value I have taken, which is h. Y means when x is approaching towards a, the h will move along with that. Okay, when at one point the x will fully attain to a, by that time this h value will tends to 0. Clear? When x is this point, the function will be f of x. When it is attaining at a, the function will change into f of x plus h. Y means along with this x, which variable is traveling? This h variable. So f of x plus h we have to write. When x is attaining at a, the function will change into f of x plus h. Clear, students? From this concept only we have got this formula. How means this is our greater value, okay, and this is our smaller value. So greater value minus smaller value. See, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by this increment value divided by this h. Student, this formula is the very fundamental expression in differential calculus. Based on this formula only, remaining all the formulas they have framed. Clear? So this is the very basic formula in differential calculus. So using this formula only, we are going to do the exercise 5.4 fully. Okay. See, before this expression, what I have written f dash of x. F dash of x is nothing but dy by of dx. You can write either f dash of x or else you can write dy by dx you can write. Clear? So, dy by dx is nothing but it represents slope. In 10th standard in coordinate geometry you have learned the concept slope, isn't it? So, dy by dx means it is called the slope. Clear, students? Clear about this formula? Now see, is called the differentiation from first principle. Why they are saying the first principle means because this is the basic fundamental expression in the differential calculus. Using this only many formulas have arrived. Okay, it is convenient to write f dash of x. See, f dash of x as dy by dx. Either you can write f dash of x or else you can write dy by dx. Which you feel convenient that you can write. Clear, students, about this formula? Shall we enter into the exercise 5.4? Yes, we will start now. This is the first question. Only one subdivision is there in this exercise 5.4. So in the first question we are having 3 subdivisions. All 3 subdivisions we are going to apply only the same formula. What is the formula? First order principle. Okay, why I said it is a first order principle? Because this is the basic formula in differential calculus. Clear, students? Shall we start now? Find the derivatives of the following function from first principle. From first principle, if they were asking, means using this formula you are going to apply. Clear? So if you see in exercise 5.5, without solving in this method, we can easily find the answer for this. That we will see in the exercise 5.5. Okay, but in the question if they were asking from first principle, means you are going to do only this method only. Clear all of you? Now we'll start. First subdivision, x square. Solution. First, before entering into the solution, first recall what is the first principle formula. First you have to think what is the formula. You can say dy by dx, or else you can say f dash of x. F dash of x we can write as d by dx of f of x also we can write. This d means differentiation. Okay, differentiation with respect to x. So we have written x below. Here, so which is equal to limit h tends to 0. Why here limit h tends to 0? I have drawn one curve, isn't it? In that curve, when x is approaching a, by the time the h value will attain what? 0. So limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. This is our formula we have learned in the definition, isn't it? So based on the formula, now we'll see. So in the formula, what are the values we need? We need f of x plus h value and we need f of x value. So first we'll find that. So given function, question you have to take it as f of x. F of x equal to x square. That is our question. Here you have to take the question as f of x. Then we have got the value for this f of x. Next value what we have to get? F of x plus h value you need. So you write. Here f of x means here x the whole square. In the bracket if f of x plus h means here also x plus h the whole square you have to write. Here what I am saying, in the inside the bracket we are having only x. So x whole square. Clear? So inside the bracket what we are having? X plus h. So x plus h the whole square. Clear all of you? So now we know this formula. We will apply the values inside here. So limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h value what we are having, f of x plus h is x plus h the whole square. Right here. By that time you should not put f, because f of x plus h value only x plus h the whole square. Clear? So x plus h the whole square minus f of x value is what? X square. You write x square divided by h. Here limit h tends to 0, x plus h the whole square. It is what formula? A plus b the whole square formula. A plus b the whole square formula is what? A square plus 2ab plus b square. So in that formula we are expressing now. See, this is our x square plus 2ab 2xh plus b square h square. Then this minus x square we are writing minus x square. Clear? Divided by h. Okay, students, in exercise 5.3 I have told you when you have to apply the limit value inside. When I have told, see here limit h tends to 0 we are having, but the h value we are having in the denominator. If we substitute 0 in this place, what we will get? 0 divided by 0 we will get, isn't it? So when h is not in the denominator, by the time only you have to take the limit value inside. Clear? Till then you have to solve step by step. Clear? Now after cancelling plus x square and minus x square, what is remaining here? 2xh plus h square is remaining, isn't it? So now here you also having h, here also having h commonly. So take that one h commonly out. Here what is left? 2x. Here 2h we are having, 1h is outside, so remaining another h divided by h. So this h will get cancelled. Now the remaining is 2x plus h. Whether in the denominator you are having any h value? No. By that time you can substitute the value h tends to 0 inside. Clear now? Because if you substitute in this before places, here in the denominator you will get 0. You should not supposed to get denominator 0. So you have to proceed some step. When the denominator part you are not having 0, by that time you have to substitute the value. Clear? So 2x plus 0. 2x plus 0 is what? 2x. So therefore d by dx. Why I have written d by dx x square here? Because what we have taken d by dx f of x I have written in that box formula. F of x means what we are having? X square. So d by dx x square equal to 2x. This is our answer for the first subdivision. Clear? Similarly, next subdivision we will see now. Second subdivision and third subdivision. In first question, second subdivision we are going to see. This is our question. E power minus x is our question. See, first what we will do? We will take e power minus as f of x. Then according to the formula, we need f of x value and as well as the f of x plus h value. Both the values we need. Isn't it? So, f of x value we got the value from x. Question. E power minus x. Then here f of x plus h means see f of x plus h. E power minus this minus in the bracket here x means here what we are having x plus h. So write x plus h. Here in the bracket inside x means x. In the bracket x plus h means in the place here x plus h. Okay, this minus commonly we have written outside. Now we will substitute the values in the expression. Now f of x plus h value is what? E power minus x plus h. Minus f of x value is e power minus x divided by h. The next step what we are doing is we are taking the minus inside. What we will get? We will get e power minus x minus h we will get. Isn't it? But if you see there I have written one formula. In 8th standard you have learned in exponents and power this formula I think so. A power m plus n is equal to a power m dot a power n. Here, if the powers, if in add means we can write separately that power in multiply. Clear? So, in the same way we are writing it. E power minus x minus h here we are having. It will come, if minus goes inside, it will become minus x minus h. The next step, how can we write? E power minus x, see I have written dot e power minus h. We can write, isn't it? Minus e power minus x. Clear how I have expanded? If the same base and we are having two terms in the expression means if you are applying that each term the power means in between you will get multiply. Clear? Divided by h. Here also e power minus x, here also e power minus x. So take that e power minus x commonly out. Then you see what is remaining, e power minus h. There this e power minus x went outside, so here it will become 1. Clear? Now if in the next step here we are having 1. Now this is e power minus x, now it has become constant term. Okay, take that after before the limit. Before the limit we have written e power minus x, limit h tends to 0. This expression we are writing. Clear? Before, after writing this, if you see we are having one formula. What formula? Limit h tends to 0, e power h minus 1 divided by h value is equal to 1. Clear? If in the power, if you are having h, the same power it is in the denominator means the value will be 1. See here, here we are having e power minus h minus 1. We are having. But in the denominator, do you have minus h? We don't have. So what we have to do? We need minus h. For that we are multiplying and dividing by minus 1. Clear? This e power minus x went outside, no. So minus e power minus x, this limit h tends to 0. Because why we are writing here minus h means, see in the power we are having minus h, in the denominator also we are having minus h. See if here h, then here will also be h. If here minus h means here will also be minus h. So we are changing in the limit minus h tends to 0. Clear? This remaining e power minus h minus 1 divided by minus h. This h how it came? See, if we divide minus 1 into h will be what? Minus h. So I have written directly minus h. Here minus 1 we are multiplying here and minus 1 dividing here. Clear? So next step, if you see, minus e power minus x into this whole value formula, according to this formula, limit minus h tends to 0, here positive h tends to 0. E power minus h minus 1 divided by minus h. This same type here also we are having, isn't it? Instead of this positive h, we are having minus h. That only will differ. But everywhere we are having minus h. So this full value, it will become according to the formula 1. Clear? So e minus e power minus x into 1, because this full value is what? 1. So if you multiply with 1, we will get minus e power minus x. So d by dx of what? F of x we have written. No, f of x is what? E power minus x. So d by dx of e power minus x value is minus e power minus x. Clear all of you? Clear? Shall we do the next subdivision, third subdivision? In first question, this is a third subdivision. Log x plus 1. That is our question. So what we have to do first, we have to take f of x is equal to log x plus 1. The next step, according to the formula, we need f of x and f of x plus h. F of x plus h, how will you write? Log. Instead of this x, what we have to write? X plus h plus 1 we have to write. Clear? So in this formula we know now what is f of x plus h and we know what is f of x value. Isn't it? F of x plus h is nothing but log x plus h plus 1. Clear? Limit h tends to 0, same you have to write. F of x plus h value is what? Log x plus h plus 1 minus f of x value is what? Log x plus 1 divided by h. So in logarithmic we are having one formula. See, I have written in this side. Log a by b is equal to log a minus log b. This is the formula. See there what we are having? Log a minus log b we are having. Okay, in the place of a we are having x plus h plus 1 minus log b. B means x plus 1. Clear? So they have given in that part, they have given the RHS part in the formula. Then we have to write the LHS part. Clear? See there, log a minus log b, in that format we are having. So we are going to write that. How can we write? Means log a by b we can write. Okay, according to this formula. So limit h tends to 0, log a value is what? X plus h plus 1. So x plus h plus 1 divided by b value is what? X plus 1. Clear? Denominator divided by h you have to write. You should not forget to put the denominator h. Clear? So limit h tends to 0, log. The next step what we are doing is, we are taking the 1 to this side. Okay, why we are taking like this? It will not make any issue in that, because if what? 1 plus 2 plus 3, answer is what? 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. Similarly, 3 plus 1 plus 2 is what? This answer is also 6 only. So in addition, if you write in any places, you will get same answer only. So that we are writing x plus 1, then afterwards in the last we are writing plus h. Here first we are writing x plus 1 plus h divided by x plus 1 whole divided by h. Remaining element h tends to 0, log everything same. Here why we are writing like this means, we are going to separate numerator to the denominator. Separately we are going to make. Limit h tends to 0, log x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 plus h divided by x plus 1. Clear? Why we are writing? See, still we are having more steps in this question. So I don't have space. See, I have written the page number 1 there. Now I will erase that side and I will continue the remaining part now. Clear now? After this step, now we'll see. See, this is the last step we have written, isn't it? See, x plus 1 and x plus 1 will get cancelled. The next step, what it will become? It will become 1. So, limit h tends to 0, log 1 plus h divided by x plus 1 divided by h we have written. This is the page number 2. Okay, I have written page number 1 this side. No, this is the last step in page number 1. So, this alone I have not erased because we are going to continue. No? So, how the step came, now I am telling. X plus 1 and x plus 1 will get cancelled. We will get 1 plus h divided by x plus 1 we are writing. Here, the next step what we are doing is, we are multiplying and dividing x plus 1 in the denominator. Here, multiplying and dividing x plus 1 in the denominator, which means why we are multiplying and dividing I will tell you later. First, where we are multiplying, in the denominator only we are multiplying and dividing x plus 1. See, limit h tends to 0, log 1 plus h divided by x plus 1, the numerator part fully same. In the denominator h, first we are multiplying, what we are multiplying? X plus 1. So, x plus 1 into this h divided by the same x plus 1 we are dividing. Why we are doing like this means, see, we are having one formula. In first question, second subdivision, we have used one formula using exponent formula. In third subdivision, we are using the logarithmic formula. These formulas we have seen in part 4 video itself. Before starting the exercise 5.2, we have seen these formulas. So, you go through that formula, you will be very clear. See, limit x tends to 0, log 1 plus x divided by x is equal to 1. According to this formula, we have to bring. So, for that, if you see here, a log 1 plus h divided by x plus 1 we are having. But if you see here, log 1 plus x means the same x should be in the denominator. Only then we can apply this formula. But we are having log 1 plus h divided by x plus 1. But in the denominator, we are not having this x plus 1. That is missing. We need that x plus 1. So, for that, we are multiplying and dividing x plus 1. Clear? Now, we have multiplied x plus 1 and as well as we have divided the x plus 1. Clear? Now, what I am doing is here, your numerator part for this is what? 1. So, I am taking 1 divided by x plus 1 outside. Okay, remaining is what? Limit h tends to 0. Here h tends to 0. Why means here h we are having means h tends to 0. But here h we are not having. Here what we are having? H divided by x plus 1 we are having. So we have to change the limit. H divided by x plus 1 tends to 0. Because see the formula here inside, if you are having x means here x means then here also x. So inside if you are having h divided by x plus 1, h divided by x plus 1 means here also the limit you have to change, h divided by x plus 1 tends to 0. Why we are writing? According to this formula. Clear? This x in numerator we are having 1. So 1 divided by x plus 1 is outside bracket, limit h tends to 0. Instead of h we are writing h divided by x plus 1 tends to 0. Log 1 plus h divided by x plus 1 divided by, this already went outside. So remaining is what in the denominator? H divided by x plus 1. That alone is the denominator. So the next step, if you see, 1 divided by x plus 1 into 1 we are writing. Because that full value, according to the formula, this full value is equal to 1. Because limit h tends to x plus 1, log 1 plus x. Instead of x, there we are having h divided by x plus 1 divided by here h divided by x plus 1. Here that full value it will become into 1. So 1 divided by x plus 1 into 1 is 1 divided by x plus 1. Clear? Therefore, d by dx into log x plus 1. Okay, that is our question. Log x plus 1 is equal to, the answer is 1 divided by x plus 1. Clear students? In first question, second subdivision, we have used the exponent formula in previous problem. In third subdivision, now we are using the logarithmic formula. Okay, if you are having x means the same x should be the denominator. See, if the h divided by x plus 1 we are having, the same h divided by x plus 1 should be the denominator. Then only we can apply the whole value as into 1 we can write. Clear all of you? Third question is clear. This is a part 6 assignment. In part 6 video, we have seen exercise 5.4, 3 problems we have completed, isn't it? In exercise 5.4, the first problem, okay, the first problem, the same order you are going to do the first assignment. Okay, in exercise 5.4, the second problem, the same order you are going to do the second problem as assignment. In exercise 5.4, the third problem, the same order you are going to do the third problem assignment. Here, if you see in middle, in second and third problem, we have used two formulas in the middle. Okay, not in the starting itself. So, what formula we were used means limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 divided by x equal to 1. The same formula we are going to apply for this also. Here, similarly in third subdivision, we have used the logarithmic formula. Log a by b is equal to log a minus log b. That formula we have used in exercise third question. The same order you are going to proceed this assignment problem also. Here, the fourth question is your creative problem. That is also asked like the first subdivision. But in middle, before the last few steps, you have to use this formula. Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a equal to n into a power n minus 1. This formula you have to use. Only then you will get the final step as your answer. Clear students what I am telling? Before starting the assignment, first go through the video thoroughly, understand the concept, then you can start doing the assignment. Students, in the exercise when I am teaching, if I am writing anywhere in the side, when I am explaining any concept, if I am writing everything, you write in a classwork using pencil. Okay, so only then you will understand when you are reading. Here, when I am writing the formula in the side means that and all you can write them using pen. Small concept if I am telling underlining that like means you can do in the pencil. Student, only the 4 problem we are going to do it neatly and correctly and submit it. Thank you students.